Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Dominic James Murray, CEO and founder here at Cameron James. I've been transferring UK pensions for over 10 years and CEO here at Cameron James for over 5 years. So the question we always get from our clients, even after they're ready to sign up and they want to move ahead, say, Dominic, how long is this going to take? How long is my final salary pension transfer going to take? Okay, let's give some ballpark figures. At the time of recording in late 2021, the quickest you could get a DB transfer done, and that means from start to finish, from talking with you, doing your fact find, writing your report, sending it to the UK ceding scheme, the UK ceding scheme doing their due diligence, and sending it to your new SIP provider, the quickest you could generally get that done is in around 3 months, 2 months at a real push. The majority of this time is actually taken up from the UK ceding scheme because they need to do a large amount of due diligence to check that you're not being ripped off, to check that you're not going to invest your money in some bamboo fund and being promised 97% returns per annum or something ridiculous. In the current context of what is happening at the moment, you can only expect this transfer time to go up. The reason for this is the DWP in the UK, this literally came out this morning in their new report, they are putting new measures in place for UK ceding schemes to remove your statutory right to transfer your pension. Currently speaking, it's a statutory right to be able to transfer your UK pension. Now they're putting in place systems which will allow the UK ceding scheme to block or put a red flag or an amber flag on your account, which will mean the transfer won't happen. A red flag is something serious, such as you said you've been cold called and promised that you can access your pension from the age of 50, which obviously would be breaking the law. It's age 55. An amber red flag might be something like, okay, the client is based in the United States, his address on file with the UK scheme is still his UK address. Whatever it means, there's going to be much more due diligence going into the process. So I said a minimum 2 to 3 months on a really good outset. This means having a financial advisor who is on it, who deals with that ceding scheme on a regular basis, knows individual people at that company to get it done quicker. The average longer time can take anywhere up between 4 to 6 months. We've seen that happen quite a lot. With this new legislation, I think that whole timeline is going to shift. It's going to become more longer and more difficult to complete final salary pension transfers. We've discussed this internally at Cameron James and we've decided to stick with our charging schedule. We're not going to be raising our costs despite the fact that we think the level of due diligence and timeline will go up by at least 4 weeks on all final salary pension transfers. So I hope this has been useful for you guys, and I think what's really important when you're doing a final salary pension transfer is you need to assess a lot of different things. Cost is extremely important. Make sure the company you're working with is transparent about cost. You know the total costs involved. So for example, £3,000 for the report plus 2% transfer fee. Are there any other setup costs? Is there anything else hidden? At Cameron James, we make sure to include everything at the beginning. But moving past that, of course, cost is important. No one wants to spend more money than they need to. As long as you're getting a good market price, which is what we offer at Cameron James, there are other things that you need to check though. If you're working with a financial advisor who's not really very experienced at doing final salary schemes, your process could take a lot longer. They will make mistakes on the paperwork. They won't know the ceding scheme. They won't know that this XYZ ceding scheme needs a copy of your birth certificate. At Cameron James, we have a spreadsheet of every single transfer we've ever done. We mirror it when we get a new client in to look and see how could we speed up the transfer process. This is important because your CTV is fixed. If you've got £1 million on your CTV and your transfer takes 6 months instead of taking 4 months, that's 2 months worth of growth that you've lost out on £1 million. So sometimes by taking the cheapest option in the industry, you can actually end up losing money because your pension assets can stay wrapped up in a transfer process for up to 9 months instead of being invested in the markets. Obviously, it could work the other way. If markets are going down, you might actually make some money because you weren't invested in the market. But generally speaking, upward trend in equities, you don't want to have your capital not invested. You also want to check other things such as, do they have Google reviews? Do they have testimonials? Are they featured in the Financial Times? Things like this. This is what we do at Cameron James to show our clients that we're ready to be here in the industry for a long period of time and also fully regulated FCA, SEC, EU, MiFID II. Do your homework on your final salary pension transfer advisor. Ask them experience, ask them difficult questions. Have you transferred a Mercer pension before? When was the last time you transferred a Mercer pension? Do you know anyone at the scheme? See if they understand or not. If they say, no, I haven't transferred one of these pensions before, or I transferred one 12 months ago, the likelihood is they're not going to be very fast at getting it done. Also, ask them difficult questions like, what is your admin support? How many admins do you have chasing these schemes? At Cameron James, we have a whole dedicated admin team. They are just purely for chasing. There's 4 people in the team. They call these UK ceding schemes Monday to Friday, 8 till 5 or 8 to 6 every single day. Normally when we call one provider, we've got 5 clients that we need to discuss with that one provider, and they actually find this more efficient dealing with a company that has a larger amount of clients than dealing with one-off people. Again, because they've dealt with us so many times before, they know that at Cameron James, we're transparent. We're not charging people commissions. We're not charging people trails. We're not putting people into terrible fund ranges. So they've done a large amount of due diligence on dealing with us before. So when they see our paperwork, generally speaking, it puts you ahead of the crowd because your paperwork has been done correctly. I hope that gives you a little bit of background. I'm sorry I can't give you a specific day and a week's amount that it takes. It is always dependent upon your ceding scheme, but more importantly, the financial advisor that you trust to do this. Just don't get it wrong from the start. Otherwise, you might have to start the process all over again, which we've experienced a number of times at Cameron James. People come to us with 4 weeks left on their CETV and say, "Hi Dominic, can you get this done?" Sometimes we can get it done. If they've got 2 weeks left on the CETV, no, we can't get it done. Then you have to apply for a new CETV, which means paying £250 to £300 for the second CETV and starting the process all over again. This could be good, this could be bad, depending upon gilt rates in the UK, but we would always advise you to attain your CETV as soon as possible. If you look at what is happening in the economy at the moment, we cannot keep interest rates this low forever. Interest rates will go up, which means CETVs will go down. Thank you guys. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Subscribe below to see more final salary pension transfer videos, and obviously head over to the website to speak with us if you wish for us to transfer your pension. Thank you. Bye-bye.